I just finished making this band. It's a bund band, but it's really kind of like a cuff too because it wraps all the way around my wrist. Again, it's bison hide, upcycled buckle there. It's made for me. I didn't make this for anybody else. I just sized it for myself. Again, 7 and 5/8, 7 and 3/4 inch wrist. We're gonna talk about this watch too, though. And this is my best work yet, I think. I'm getting better at dressing the edges of the leather now. Basically, I'm just taking another piece of bison hide and rubbing it down with toconol. I can see here, I got to rub that down a little bit more. I just finished it. I put it on and I thought, man, this just looks so cool. Let me show off a little. Signed crown. This Pagani design watch, I was watching it on eBay for a while. And it took me a while to pull the trigger. The price was so low. I think shipped and everything, this whole thing was like $80. And I'm looking at the specs on it and I'm thinking, are they telling the truth? 200-meter water resistance. You got the visible power reserve. Second hand dial there off to the left at the 9 o'clock. Let me take this off and get a better look at it here. But I did want to the band just looks so good. I'm very, very happy with this. This is going to be my daily wear for a while. But let's get to the watch. So you can see the blued hands, the hour hand and minute hand, and the hands on the sub dials. Date window at 6. So when I got it, it said 200-meter water resistance, and I'm thinking that's a dress watch. Why would they need to do that? I didn't want to believe it, And when I got it, I just pulled the crown out and set it, and I thought, well, it can't be 200-meter water resistant. But then, after playing with it for a bit, I realized it came, and the crown wasn't screwed down when it came to me. So it does have a locking screw-down crown. Let's pull this off of here a little bit for you. It has look at that, I even left the sticker on here. Let's get that off. So yes, I was saying, this was a well-protected watch as well. It had the plastic on the back, but it had plastic on the sides. I think there's probably some blue in here still, it looks like. I got to peel that out, I guess, inside the design there on the sign crown. It had a sapphire crystal sticker on the crystal, so this is supposedly sapphire. It's what you call single dome. Here's how you tell. See all that distortion when you turn it sideways? A double domed crystal won't have that distortion. It'll still be clear when you turn it. So that means this is basically it's domed on the top, and then the bottom of the glass is flat. So it's much thicker than a double domed crystal. Applied indices. I just think this is a beautiful watch. That blue just blows me away. I'm guessing it's blued like they used to do in the old days. Look at that color pop. I mean, for all I know, this could be, somebody with a Sharpie, Look at the reflection. I'm not a Pagani Designs guy. I might have one other of their watches, I'm not sure. But again, just look at this balance here, right? 2 subdials. Again, I love having a power reserve there because you can just look at your watch and see where you're at. That's the 3 o'clock dial. As you can see, the second hand going there on the 9 o'clock dial. Arabic numerals. It's nicely polished on the top, and then it's brushed on the lower case. So it's kind of like a bezel here that's holding this It's not a high dome on this. It's not super high, but it's definitely got a dome to it. I love the distortion. It's just one of my favorite things. Stainless steel, Pagani design, water resistant, 200 meters. I'm pretty certain. I think this is the NH35. It looks like that to me. Caliber 2C22. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's... You guys could tell me. I should have looked that up on the sale. But it's a nicely decorated. It's machine turned, all those parts in there, and it's got blued screws. Everybody likes that. 26 joules. Again, locking crown. Just popped. Might be able to hear that. The wind. You can see the arrow here on the subdial move up. So let me stationary this, make this a little bit more solid here for you. So she's fully wound now. Let's go ahead and push this in. And she's locked up. So, you know, a locking screw down crown, it's a screw in back, but it does have a visible case here. But, you know, I'm not going to tell you should dive in this thing, that's for sure. And it's not a dive watch, so who would do that? Anyhow, onto the leather here. This bison hide, it's remarkable to me. Just look how supple this is. And this is very thick. You know what? Let me get the calipers out. We'll give you some specs on the watch and on the on the bison hide. All right. First, let's make sure we're zeroed. Okay. Let's get a dimension here on the thickness of the bison hide. So it's 4.4 millimeters thick. Now that's with a cowhide backing. This pebbled look here on this bison hide is just stellar, man. It makes it look like an exotic skin. It makes it look like it could be lizard skin or something. I gave a little extra reinforcement here. 2 rows on each of these keepers on the bund, just for the heck of it, because I wanted to go extra wide on this because of the thickness of this watch. All right, so the watch itself, it's a larger watch, which I prefer, as you guys know. So it's a 40, is that right? That can't be right, is that right? Yep, so 41 millimeter. Case diameter, case height is 13.5. Lug length, 44. Crown size is not too large. It is, that cannot be right. Maybe this is not calibrated, right? What's going on here? Oh yeah, something's not right here. Zero that out again. Yeah, that's right. That's a 6 millimeter crown, and I think it's a 20 millimeter. Yeah, 20 millimeter lug width. So now you know all that. It's a very large bund on here. Again, I did this for myself. I just like the feeling of this leather wrapping all the way around my wrist. I don't know, maybe I'm a leather freak. I'm a closet leather freak. I mean, you might as well make it a creepy sounding voice when you're talking about crap like that, right? So I'm very, very pleased with this. It's a smart looking watch, and you know, it's got some shock resistance because of the movement, and it's got some decent water resistance. I mean, you could definitely, if you fell in a pool or something, or if you were out in the rain, you wouldn't have to worry about this. And this being bison hide, you don't have to worry about that either. Yeah, I think I honestly shipped to that door. I think this watch. Let me show you what it came with. So it came in this box here, a little magnet closure, a little cleaning cloth. It came on this blue band, this blue leather band. Signed Pagani design, quick release, spring bars. I'm not a blue kind of guy. I'll, stash this with all my other bands. This will probably end up on some other watch that, I'll give away or something at some point. I think I've got, this is the sapphire sticker that was on the front of the watch. Also came with this NATO. I did put it on the NATO. It looks good on the NATO. I don't think we're supposed to say NATO anymore because some guy bought the name NATO band and he's suing anybody else who tries to sell a NATO style strap. So if you're buying one that says NATO strap, that's where you're getting it from, and apparently that guy's kind of a jerk. I'm just saying it. I couldn't believe it when I found out about that. There's several videos on it out there. But it's a decent band. It's just not my thing. I would, if I'm wearing this watch, if I'm traveling, I'm in the van, I'd bring this band with me. Let's just say I wanted to go somewhere where I knew it was going to be wet. I just put it on this band real quick. But, just showing off, really. It's a watch review. This is a beautiful Pagani design watch. You guys know more than I do. This may be a copy of some classic that I'm unaware of because I don't know everything. Look at that blue. I just cannot get blue, like anodized blue, bluing. It just goes to the old BMX days back in the late 70s with those blue anodized parts on your BMX bikes, and that color, it just tickles me. Look at that. The way when the light hits those indices and that beautiful blue just pops. And again, that 6 o'clock date window, it's just such a nice balance. It's the perfect place to put a date window. It's just one of those weird things where you forget that it's even there. Anyhow, I hope you guys like this. Let me know what you think. I don't intend on selling this, by the way. If you happen to have the same size wrist I do, and you were like, dude, here's a whole bunch of money for that, I want it, I would probably take it from you. But I am not trying to sell this. This is going to be it. This is going to replace the Gladiator cuff I've been wearing for a month or so now. I'm just going to start wearing this one. I've got another one on deck with that Panerai copy I've got. It's a much bigger band. It's going to be a similar style. Oh, and I picked up a Swiss Movement Aragon automatic. It's actually an Android. It's an old one. It's a pretty awesome looking watch. The spring bars are very tight to the case, so I'm a little bummed out about that. I'm going to have to machine the case a bit to be able to fit a strap to it. But that's going to be a special project. Have a great day. Thanks again for being here. Come back often.